Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So look at your neighbor and say, there's a reason for this season. There's a reason for this season. You see, Solomon wrote as one familiar. He was familiar with ups and downs. He was familiar with highs and lows. He was familiar with mountains and valleys. He was familiar with pressure and pain to teach us that our lives, like our world, they are established, ordered, and ordained by God. That we are on an appointment with God, and He'll let us know when it's time to come. That's going to be the only appointment some of us will ever be on time for. Said, I'm on an appointment, and oh my God, you won't be able to call and leave God no message or how long it's going to take you to get there. Yeah. God turning some stuff right now. That's going to be the only appointment you got to keep. I don't care if you go out to the Mediterranean, baby. You ain't got to worry about your clock changing time. God said, I got the clock in this time for you to go. Yeah. So it's this ordained time. It's God's ordained time. So we ought not let what we experience or have to deal with or have to face or what we don't like move us away from what we expect God to do. I don't care what you're going through. You ought not dislike it so much that you don't have your expectation in place. What you're going through ought to make you want God to do it more. Your expectation ought to move you closer to God. Your expectation, what is already broke up, messed up, tore up, everything that's jacked up around you, everybody that's trying to give you lick, trying to, dipping you the bird and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, it ought to draw you closer back to God. This means it says that we are covered by God. It says that what we're dealing with is covered by God. And while in the midst of us, God is cultivating and grooming us to outgrow it. Yeah, I knew that wasn't get no shot right there. The reason some of us cannot get any further is because we won't let God grow us out of what we don't like. There is a reason for this season. He says that this means that faith now does not determine what happens. It says that the devil is a liar. So is that song, gay, Sarah, whatever will be, what will be. Yes, sir. Yeah. Somebody just says, oh, that's just the way it is. But the Bible tells me that through grace, by faith, I can believe that the sovereign God who neither slumbers nor sleeps, He works all things out for good for them that love Him, to them who are the called according to His purpose. Somebody today, you need to get your heart fixed on the omnipotent sovereign God who can find and fix and then drench you in the favor that people will never know what you've been through. Now, just about God. As I began to look through and I began to understand, I needed somebody besides Solomon to give me an accurate account of this moment of where I am in ministry. Of this particular moment. It's not a mad moment. It's not a miserable moment. It's a I just don't know where I'm going moment. I just can't figure what God is doing. He ain't got no problem getting my attention, but I just can't figure out what I'm trying to figure out. I just can't find what I'm trying to find. I don't even know what I'm looking for, so I can't tell you. Solomon told me, go talk to Isaiah. So in Isaiah's account, you can come and go with me. I'm just about done. I promise you, you're ready to sit down. In Isaiah's account, in Isaiah 43 and 2, we hear these words. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. So God uses Isaiah to remind Israel. He said, I'm going to take you somewhere. I'm going to comfort you. Comfort here means God's going to make you breathe again. God said, I'm going to make you breathe. Y'all ain't trying to hear it today. You're going to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, you want to. But I know some of you didn't stop breathing. You just go through the motions. But God said, I'm going to make you breathe again. He starts out messing with his people. He says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release rivers of living water. And I'm going to send back into you fires of restoration, revival, and relief. He starts out in chapter 40 because Isaiah is said to be just like the Bible itself, separated into two parts. Chapters 1 through 39 are the first part of it. And then from 40 on over, you begin to understand that he says now, this is what God says. He says, starting in chapter 40, he says, I'm talking to you like El Shaddai. First of all, I'm the many-breasted God, so I know every facet of your life. I know where you're hiding, what you're hiding. He said, I know where you put it. And I know why you're hiding from the fact that you're still dealing with it. I am the many-breasted God. I am El Shaddai. And I'm not standing over you as a tyrant. I'm standing over you as a loving father, brooding. I am brooding over my offspring, telling them that their warfare now has ended, meaning that the iniquity, the disobedience, that part that I told you to do that you knew you didn't really want to do, the shame that you took on from going in the bad place with the bad boy to do the bad thing, that backsliding spirit that you just got in you that you will not let go of, that mistake that you keep on making and you dress it every day of your life and you pray it everywhere you go. And every time somebody tries to minister to you, they can't get past your mistake. You can't get your healing and be made whole because you won't let the mistake go. You dress that mistake like it's a brand new baby. You keep brushing his hair. You keep telling somebody 20 years ago what happened to you. And now you got a 20-year-old dead carcass of a mistake that you keep hanging on to. You keep hanging on to your dead mistake. You keep mourning after your dead mistake. You just like when the daughters of Respa, you sitting there swinging your flag over a dead bird. He says now, but I want you to understand your mistake has lost its power. Your mistake can no longer depress you. Your mistake can no longer vex you. I told you your warfare is already over. Somebody will catch it by tomorrow when you go back to listen. He says your mistake has no more power over you. Even when you go back and try to cry about your mistake, you keep getting lost in the conversation. Your mistake keep on talking, but you ain't got nothing to say back to it. He says, I want you to know that your past is now totally behind you. All of that, because God says, I am coming now to reclaim you. Meaning that they would or they should, and they shall rise up from the ruins of human weakness. God said, you don't have to keep telling me how weak you are. I know your weakness. I know what you were going to do before you even thought about how to get it done. I already knew that that would be your cue. That would be your way of escape. That would be the thing that turned you out. That would be the thing that you wanted to be turned out to. You like them long and lean, pretty hair and eyes. You like your short and curvy, suave, debonair. Oh my. You didn't care what she looked like out in public. You just wanted her to look right when she looked right. And the truth of it. You have to get out of it. That's why it's trying to make so much practice. That's why you're running your mouth so much. That's why they all up in your business. Because they already know you at the end of it. You don't know. You won't be like how he's over here. Then in chapter 41. Chapter 41, God shows himself as El Gabor. He said, I'm going to be your hero. I want to be your hero. Y'all let him. And God said, I'm your hero. I'm your hero. God said, you still ain't got it yet. You still looking at these little comic books. Y'all still out here buying these little games. And they doing all this crazy stuff in trucks and stuff. How in the world a game gonna make over $800 million in 1 day? People stand in line to get it. And people don't even want to come to church. Man, tell me he played the game for 30 some hours. Now what in the world is in that game? There's more than what's in God. How in the world you gonna tell me that you let your life go 30 some hours without God? How you let your life go 40 hours without God? How you let your life go 72 hours without God? How you let your life go? You got a hero waiting to fight your battle. You got a hero, El Gabor, mighty God, full of splendor and power, waiting to just do it, waiting to gnaw his head. He said, I don't even got to go. I just tell my power to go. I just send my power to come and get it. And so he deals with Isaiah to tell Isaiah, deal with my people. Tell my people, fear thou not. Fear thou not, for I'm weak. I am with you. Be thou not dismayed. Be not dismayed, for every time God will take care of you. For I am thy God. I will. I will strengthen you. I A new thing is going to spring forth. He said before what? He said before you can imagine it, it already is. Before you can imagine it, it already is. Thank you. Before you can imagine it, it already is. You don't got to leave nothing, because he ain't going to let you go. You ain't got to leave nothing, because this is where you going to be. You ain't got to leave nothing, because ain't nobody going to come up in there and move you out your place. You ain't tripping no more. You don't got to leave nothing. You don't have to give up nothing. You ain't trying to hear me. You don't have to do it. I would tell you some things, but you ain't got so sacrilegious. But since you ain't got that way, I might as well go on and do what this mouth of mine does. I might as well come on down the line. You don't have to leave your toothbrush, your hair roller, your hot curl, your panties. You don't have to leave your pajamas, your flip-flops. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your favorite coat. You don't have to leave your little bubblegum ring. You don't have to leave your bikini. Itsy wing sample or perfume. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave anything, because he's not like that. And he doesn't want you for that. He wants you dressed and adorned. He wants your nakedness covered. He's not like that. So before you can imagine it, he says, you already are there. You say, all I want is somebody that wants me. He says, I want you. And I will give you everything concerning your life. And all I want you to do is walk in it. How could you do anything but stand before me and start giving myself? Because he says, I know you spent all your life trying to make somebody want you. Jesus. And they don't even know what they want. My God, my God. They only want what their environment has taught them to taste and try and see. Let me move on. He says, before you can imagine it, I have already made it. And I will tell you of it. For I will give it you. You don't say I'll give you it. It's a big difference. He says I will give it. It's a big difference. You're going to get it in a minute. He says, I will make it yours, not you. You see, Israel had to be dealt with because they were dealing from the perspective is that we've had it so hard. God, we've had to endure so much hardship and persecution. And they had it. But that was because they had put themselves in the way. Yes. Of unholy alliance. Yes, yes. They knew they didn't have no business being with who they were with. Go ahead. They already knew what God's mandate was. When they met God, he was said, you're so disobedient, you're unwilling to let go. He said, you want somebody to feel sorry for you where you're sitting, but you wanted to sit where you're sitting. He said, I have another seat for you, but you pick this seat. You pick this. You pick this. You knew this was not. Oh my God, my God, my God. My God, my God, my God. He said, I picked something else for you. Oh, but you picked this for yourself. He said, and you were unwilling to trust me. You were unwilling to trust me. So what you did then caused you to taste something I had never intended for you to know about. And that was the taste of poverty, pain, and problems. I never wanted you to taste being broke. I never wanted you to taste a painful life. I never wanted you to taste having problems. So he tells them, but in spite of your disobedience, I wanted you to know my promise to you is still true. So in spite of sin and perversion, what I'm going to tell you is this. I'm going to send you your eternal solution. His name is Messiah.